Women can't make you happy. Okay, so stop chasing that completion in life, because I know a lot of guys, and you know these guys too, they're probably friends of yours, who are thinking that their lives will finally be complete and they'll finally feel like a whole man once they find the one, right? How many of your guy friends have said, oh, I'm looking for the one, right? Because these guys are still plugged into that old blue pill ideology, right? Of thinking that they're going to find their soulmate, when you actually have many soulmates out there. That's another thing that you've been fed since birth. It's like, oh, you know, you have to find your soulmate. You're going to find many women out there that you automatically connect with that can potentially fulfill that role of your soulmate. There's not just that one. Okay, so do not be fooled. But there are a lot of guys out there who think and honestly believe that by finding the right woman that they will finally be happy. Okay, and again, these are the same guys who don't look at life as a journey, but instead look at life as a means to an end. Almost like, you know, they're looking for that completion in life. Just understand that women can't make you happy. You know, so many blue pill guys out there truly honestly believe that they cannot be happy without a woman. Okay, especially guys in like relationships. I see a lot of guys in relationships who think that they would be miserable without their girl. You know, maybe temporarily you would, because you would have a dramatic change in lifestyle, right? If you guys have ever been dumped, you know, left for dead by your girl, you know, you feel that pain initially, right? In the short term, you're hurt, right? But eventually you get over it. And what happens next? You meet another girl. Okay, you meet another girl after her. And then life moves on. And then you think that girl's your soulmate. Then you try to make it work with that girl. And then history repeats itself. And then she dumps you too, because you're still clinging on to those old blue pill values, those old Disney fantasies, and trying to fulfill them when you cannot. Okay, you just can't. And this is why I advise every man out there to go red pill, so you can wake yourself up and you can gain this red pill awareness. I mean, you don't have to abandon women. You could still date women, but do it with red pill awareness, where you no longer believe in this Disney bullshit, thinking that women can make you happy. Okay, because they can't. The only person who can make you happy is, guess who? Yourself. Okay, only you can make yourself happy, not women. And you can't make women happy either. Okay, if you don't believe me, look at the coaching video I did on my channel not too long ago called Women Can Never Be Happy. They can't, right? You can never make a woman happy. As Chris Rock says, you can never make a woman happy. It's impossible. The only person you can make happy is yourself. And by default, your girl will experience spurts of happiness vicariously through your happiness, through seeing you happy, through seeing you put yourself before her. So don't be one of those blue pill idiots that believes that you can find your soulmate out there, you can find the one, and you'll finally be happy. Your life will finally be complete. It's like, oh, if I only had this girl in my life, oh, everything would be perfect. Right? And I've known a lot of guys who fulfill that fantasy. You know, I was like, if I could just get that one girl. And when I did get that one girl, I was like, nothing's changed. Or, this is not all it's cracked up to be. Or, you know, I thought it'd be better than this. And it took me a while to learn, you know, this lesson I'm teaching you right now is that women can't make you happy. You know, a lot of guys tend to think that if they settle down and have a family, that they'll finally be happy. If they have kids, they'll finally be happy. You know, I have this one friend of mine that, you know, I'm not really that close with him anymore, but he got married not that long ago. You know, this was a guy who would always tell me, like, don't you want to get married and have kids? And I'm like, I don't know if that, I don't think that's really for me. And he was like, well, who's going to take care of you when you get old? You know, you need to have kids. And I'm like, dude, just because you have kids is no guarantee that those kids are going to want to take care of you when you're old, right? There's no guarantee of that. He's like, well, then who's going to take care of you? I'm like, let's see, paramedics, nurses, doctors, hospitals. I'm like, the more money you make, the better care you'll have. I go, you know, the thing about me is I'm 100% self-reliant. I don't like depending on anybody or relying on anybody for anything. Okay, women, friends, family, you know, I view all of those people as the icing on the cake, not the cake itself. Okay, I don't like relying on anybody. I like relying on myself, right? If you want to learn more about self-reliance, read Ralph Waldo Emerson's essay on self-reliance. Okay, you'll learn a ton. But as long as you are relying on somebody else to provide your happiness, to give you money, to provide you shelter, you're always going to be miserable, especially as a man. We are not designed to be reliant. This is why when you do rely on somebody for something, for anything, you don't really feel good about it. Something inside of you instinctively makes you feel like you're sucking at life, makes you feel like that much more worthless, right? Because as men, we are not wired to be reliant on anybody, you know, especially another person for a happiness, especially a woman, right? Probably the most unreliable creature you could expect to make you happy. Okay, if you want happiness, get a dog, get an animal. Okay, they can make you happy because they'll always be there for you. They'll love you unconditionally. They'll always be loyal to you. Whereas women can't do that. I mean, really think about that too. A woman's loyalty and love that she can offer you is not even half of what an animal can offer you. Yet, here you are, you know, betting the farm on this woman who you think is the one, who you think is your soulmate, to go the distance with you. Nothing's forever, guys. Everything comes to an end, even good things, right? It's a tough lesson. And at the end of the day, women can't make you happy. If you're not happy being alone, living your life without a woman, you'll never be happy with one. As the old expression goes, in order to conquer the world, you must conquer yourself first. So if you have not yet conquered yourself, you have no business getting married and expecting this person to complete you. Right? That's another famous blue pill line from Blue Pill Hollywood's movie, Jerry Maguire, 1995, right? Remember that? You complete me. I remember even watching that in 95. I was like 23, 24 years old and seeing that movie when he said, you complete me. Even then, I kind of I didn't like that feeling. I was like, why does she need her to complete him? Even though I was still very blue pill back then, it's something that I remember that did not give me a good feeling. I was like, okay, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like with a girl where I need her to complete me. I want to feel complete on my own, and I want her to feel complete, and I want us to come together and be two complete people who are not codependent on each other, who are not making each other feel obligated to provide happiness for one another. I just want to come as two complete individual units coming together to form a powerful bond. Those are the type of relationships I look for. And those are the healthiest relationships I've ever had. It's like where I'm my own individual person, she's her own individual person, we're both complete people, we come together, we share a lot of the same values and beliefs, and then we have this spectacular relationship. That's what you should do as adults. But unfortunately, that's not how most relationships play out these days. Most people who get into relationships and who get married are looking for the other person to complete them. Most people get into relationships looking for what they can get out of it rather than what they can give, right? I don't expect that person to make me happy. I don't depend on that person to make me feel good about myself, right? I don't come into the relationship looking to take. I come in the relationship looking to give. And I expect that from my dating partners as well. I expect them to be fair. I expect them to share. I expect them not to be narcissistic and make everything about themselves. I expect them to not depend on me to make them happy, not depend on me to entertain them, right? That's not my job. That's It's not my job to make you happy. You should be, I mean, if you're not happy on your own, I definitely cannot help make you happy. I might be able to do it like very temporarily. I might be able to make you laugh a few times, but I'm not going to be able to keep you happy long term if you're not already happy with yourself. Women were never designed to complete you as a man, to make you feel fulfilled as a man, and to make you feel happy as a man. These are traits that you must create on your own. You should never depend on somebody else to provide these for you. Okay, especially when it comes to happiness. It's nobody else's job but your own. Never make women the focal point of your life. Okay, you, your goals, your legacy should be the focal point of your life. Okay, women should never be the center of your universe. They should only be the icing on the cake, the mustard on the hot dog, the whipped cream on the top of your milkshake. Okay, they should never be the milkshake itself or the hot dog itself or the cake itself. Right? They should just be the condiment. For all the guys out there that have spent their lives chasing women and making their women the center of their universe, there is a trail of broken dreams. Okay, there is a carnage of abandoned goals. Because as Tom Leykis used to say, women are dream killers, right? Women are dream killers. They could be dream killers if you allow them to kill your dreams. If you allow them to become the center of your world, the star of your movie. The only person who should be starring in your movie is you. Everybody else is a bit player. Everybody else is an extra or a supporting or playing a supporting role or a supporting character. They should never be in the starring role. That's where you come in. So really make sure that you prioritize your life in a way where women are just the icing on the cake, the mustard on the hot dog, the whipped cream on top of your milkshake. That's all they should be. Period. I've met a lot of cool girls, by the way, a lot of really like fantastic women that I love spending time with. You know, the girls in my dating rotation, I love hanging out with these girls, but they're not priority. I mean, right now as I'm shooting this, I would rather be with one of my girls right now. I would rather be at dinner with one of those girls. I would rather be spending time with one of them, but I'm not. I'm here shooting these coaching videos because this is a higher priority for me than they are. And if I wasn't shooting these coaching videos right now, I would be out with Cash, with my dog. I'd be taking him to the park. I'd be hanging out with him because I feel like I've been neglecting him lately, like going on all these dates recently. So I would be spending time with him because he is a priority. He's a more priority than any of these girls I'm dating, that's for sure. But if there's anything I want to leave you with, especially you guys who are still plugged into the blue pill matrix, is that you got to stop with this soulmate talk. You got to stop going out there looking for the one, and instead just start going out there and looking for girls that you feel a connection with, an instant connection, girls that you share the same common values and beliefs with, girls you can enjoy their company, and obviously girls who are hot, right? And create a pool of those dating options and feel them out and feel which ones that you connect with best, which ones you enjoy spending the most time with. If you're looking to enter a LTR, enter one with one of those girls and see how it goes. Make sure she knows that she's on a never-ending probation so she stays on her toes. And just realize that it's not her job to make you happy. That's your job, okay? That's your job to make yourself happy. Never expect women to do that for you. Okay, as I've said before, unconditional love is for weak men. Okay, that is something you need to provide for yourself, not the woman. Because at the end of the day, women can never make you happy. So I'm gonna wrap up here. That's all I have to say for tonight's coaching video. Until next time, this is M. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell up top so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video. More importantly, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel, okay? It's very, very, very important you guys subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton. I really appreciate it because it tells YouTube that you guys are loving my content, you're digging it, and you want me to produce more of this Red Pill content. So definitely hit that subscribe button as well. And for you guys who want to support my work, support my content, and all this Red Pill knowledge I'm teaching guys even further, the best way to do that is by joining my monthly online coaching program called 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the hottest women on the planet. Okay, I'm talking 8s, 9s, and 10s, the most beautiful women out there. Same type of women that myself and my students are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, every single week. And all of these women are under 30 years old. They're cool, they're hot. These are good women. They're not like party girls or single moms or cougars or anything like that. I teach you how to go after the young, attractive women, especially if you're a guy in his 30s, his 40s, like I am now. You know, I have students in their 50s as well who are still dating women in their late teens, early 20s. It's insane. And these guys, especially some of my students in their 50s, they never believed that was possible until they saw me do it, until they came across my channel. And they're like, wow, if this guy's doing it, I can do it. Every single human interaction involves pickup, involves game. That is what makes this skill so priceless and so invaluable. Even if you've written off women, you don't want to date them. You're still going to deal with people and society, and you're still going to be out there, you know, for example, negotiating a car purchase or buying a house or ordering food at a restaurant, and you want your food a certain way, or you're buying, you know, inventory for your business and you want a discount, or you're applying for a new job and you want to make sure you beat out all these other candidates. Guess what? You're going to need some game. You're going to need some pickup skills, because again, every single human interaction that you have involves pickup. It involves game. Do not kid yourself. I've mentioned this before. I just bought this Range Rover not that long ago. Okay. I mean, these cars go for 80, 90, 100,000 bucks. Okay. You can Google it if you don't believe me. And I got this car not only below invoice, but I got an additional 10,000 bucks off, just because I was able to negotiate that in by using my pickup skills, by using the same skills I've learned in pickup. Okay, I live in a multi-million-dollar house in a neighborhood full of multi-million-dollar homes. You know, and I'm a kid who grew up poor. I grew up by Haight and Ashbury, not too far away from where I am right now. Okay, I grew up in the Haight, actually just blocks away from where Charles Manson lived. You remember Charles Manson, the mass murderer, right? I grew up there in the 70s. We were dirt poor, man. We were poor. And whenever I run into my friends, they're like, man, you've come a long way, dude. How did you do that? I always tell them, I'm like, well, I'm a pickup artist, and I use all the skills that I've learned in game to really just game the world, right? And that's really all I've done. I'm not the smartest guy out there. A lot of you guys are like, oh, you're super smart. I'm like, no, actually, I'm not that smart. You guys are a lot smarter than I am. The only difference is I use the skills that I've learned in pickup to game the world, to game myself, okay? For a while there, I was starting to fall out of shape because I was working just too many hours and I was eating bad. And then one day I looked in the mirror, I'm like, man, I gotta clean myself up here. So I started doing pickup on myself, gaming my health. And within less than 6 weeks, I was back in shape. I was back to my normal weight. I was actually in better shape than I was previously because I gamed myself. That's how powerful this skill is, guys. Because when you're new to pick up and game, naturally, you're going to be using it to attract beautiful women into your life. Okay? Which is what it's for, right? It's primarily for that. However, once you fix that area of your life and you are no longer living in scarcity, but now you have an abundance of women that you're dating, beautiful women, you will naturally look for other areas of your life where you can apply the same skills you've learned in pickup to get other things you've always wanted out of life, whether it be money, cars, nicer homes, better job, better career, bigger business that you want to build, okay? If you want to build a business, you could use all these skills as well. You will come to the realization that the skills you've learned in pickup can be used in any area of your life. And that's what makes these skills so priceless, so invaluable. So if you want to jump into 7 months of mastery, the first month is only $1, and all you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It only takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.